Hey, all you Hollyweirdos. We are very, very close to Halloween. Probably by the time you're listening to this, it's already Halloween or it's already passed, and we're going into Dia de los Muertos. Well, on today's episode, friends, we have one hell of a delicious Halloween treat for you all. This is part 2 of our investigation at one of the most haunted vintage stores here in Los Angeles, Space City Vintage. If you haven't listened to part 1, then we highly recommend that you stop this episode and go back and listen so you can get more of the background of the haunts and the history, along with the first-hand accounts of everything that is connected to this one historical and haunted location located in Little Tokyo, Los Angeles. Prepare as we get ready to conduct 2 paranormal investigations of the Estes session and a ghost box session in 2 of the very most active places within the vintage store. Joining us in this April 2023 paranormal investigation of Space City Vintage are many of our friends, Ansley and Nathan of Spooky Foodie, Martin, you know who he is, Martin, the comic, Martin Moreno, our wonderful, beautiful psychic and medium and paranormal investigator, Tanya Mercado. You are never going to believe what we captured during these sessions that totally validated everything that we heard and even what the workers have gone through and experienced within this location. So you already know the drill, folks. You want to grab that salt lamp or that salt shaker, grab your K2 meter and or your Selenite, because we are about to get Hollyweird with this audible paranormal investigation in one of the most haunted locations in Los Angeles, Space City Vintage. Let's get Hollyweird this Halloween with a paranormal investigation in this haunted vintage. Hey friends and all you Hollyweirdos, we are so excited to present to you this audible paranormal investigation at Space City Vintage. But before we get into the investigation itself, there are a couple of notes and upcoming events that we definitely want to drop before we hit the ghosts. Okay, first and foremost, Hollyweird Paranormal will be hosting a live show here in the city of San Fernando, guys. The 818, we gotta represent, you feel me? Where 1984 Vintage and Horror, that's off of San Fernando Boulevard. It's a wonderful place, guys. If you love vintage horror and some freaking nostalgia, this is your place. Doors open at 6 p.m. That'll give you a good hour to shop and browse around, take your pictures, meet and greet with us, and then the show starts at 7 p.m. and will end at 9 p.m. and it's going to happen on Sunday, November 3rd. That's Dia de los Muertos weekend, because Halloween don't stop on October 31st. Okay, where can we get tickets? You could go to eventbrite.com. You could click on the search bar and type in Ghosts of San Fernando. They're $20 a pop, or you can head on over to our Instagram, click the link in our bio, and that will take you directly to the page. We'll be having so many wonderful things there, guys, like treats and a guest, Cody Furman of Cody Loves Horror. There'll be some spooky refreshments and snacks, and we'll also have some awesome spooky little goodie bags and a raffle. A gift basket from our friends over at Ashe Imports. Thank you, Tanya. It's worth $75 and it's going to be a fantastic time. If you love vintage horror, if you love ghost stories and spooky snacks, guys, you got to come over here. Is it wheelchair accessible? Absolutely. Can I shop there? Absolutely. Will there be ghosts? You're gonna have to show up to find out. Oh, but the most important question, what about parking? Yes, we always scout out parking, the situation with parking. That is our first thing that we have to find out if there's ample parking. There is around that area. It's free. I know there's meters there that are not running on Sundays. Street parking is pretty easy and pretty accessible, so that is also taken care of as well. And next door to 1984 is a delicious wine and espresso bar, Bodevi's. So you could grab a coffee, maybe grab grab a little cocktail, knock one back and go next door, shop, meet and greet with us, and enjoy some really delicious ghost stories. Of course, it's going to be a fun time. We can't wait to see your beautiful faces. There are tickets available once again. It's the Ghosts of San Fernando at 1984 Vintage and Horror. Okay, there's more events coming up in the horizon, guys. To our Chicago peeps, if you're based out of Chicago, all right, we have some friends. They're amazing friends. They have a wonderful and spooky podcast called Quite Unusual Podcast. Hosts Nicole and Noelle will be hosting a spooky prom. Yes, a paranormal prom. You cannot miss this out. It's going to be held at the Punch Bowl Social, and it's a prom night of the living dead. Dress up in your best high school dance attire or spooky costumes and dance to some pretty spooky beats. You can find tickets at windycityparafest.com. Use code Hollyweird to receive $5 off. A portion of the proceeds goes to greaterthanhate.org. Come one, come all your spooky ghouls. You must be wondering when. It's on October the 32nd. That is November the 1st, because like I said, Halloween never ends, of course. So that is November the 1st. That is Friday, October the 32nd. Paranormal Prom at Punch Bowl Social in Chicago. Come party with the Quite Unusual podcast. And the spooky season keeps on rolling into December. What's happening December the 13th through the 15th? Well, the Spirits of Christmas Paranormal Convention, that is, hosted by Grim Life Entertainment and Paraflix Paranormal. This is going to be held in the historic and haunted downtown Jackson. Yes, that is the same place where Gold Country Paranormal Paracon was hosted and held. This guys, the city is so haunted. I've investigated not one, but two, but three places around there, and it keeps on going. This is the whole Gold Country, guys. Like, literally right down the street is Preston School for Boys. If you know, you know. And there's a bunch of haunted mines. Like, I could go on for days with stories. And this little town, I mean, you walk down the street in historic Jackson, almost everyone has a ghost story. Well, it turns out that we're going to turn those ghost stories and invite some more haunted people for this amazing paranormal convention. This is going to be pretty insane. I will be a part of this convention and be a part of a phenomenal panel with other women in the paranormal. Who else is going to join us? Well, Patty Negri and also Ghost Brothers, along with our friends Brian Cano and Ruth Connell of Supernatural, and our friend Daryl Martson of Ghost Hunters, along with Tawny Lewis, Intuitive Tawny. We had her on the podcast a couple of episodes ago. So it is going to be a pretty amazing event, and we are very, very excited for it. Where do you get tickets? Well, if you go to grimlifellc.com, you'll go over there and see the many vendors and other speakers, along with ticket information and also lodging information for those who are traveling. Jackson, California is located an hour outside of Sacramento. It is away from the city, but it is such a spooky escape, and it is definitely a place that you definitely must come and investigate and hear a lot of the scary stories, guys. There's so many wonderful, interesting ghost stories connected to this town, along with its history. And then, of course, finally, we are excited for this amazing Paracon, the Windy City Parafest. We are excited for this one. You have no idea how excited we are. You're like, no, Tammy, we get it. Okay. Windy City Paranormal Festival will be held in Chicago, Illinois, because the Midwest is haunted like a mother. You know what I'm going to say. All right. The dates for this one is June the 12th through the 14th. It's going to be wild. All right. Where can we find out more information? Go to windycityparafest.com for more info and for tickets and details on lodging. There's so many amazing people that will be a part of it. Like I mentioned before, our friends Zachariah the Witch and Tawny Lewis, Adam Berry of Kindred Spirits, our friends over at the Quite Unusual podcast, along with our friends over at What's Up Weirdo podcast, Johnny L. Tenney and Jessica Knapik. And if you're lucky, I'm sure she's going to bring Toad, her beautiful little puppy. I mean, it's going to be great. Ghost puppies, pizza, deep dish pizza, probably some beer, tons of ghost stories like I mentioned before. And did I mention they'll be hosting another paranormal prom? It's going to be amazing. Bryce and myself are really excited to be traveling and meeting all the scary and spooky peeps in the Windy City in Chicago, Illinois. That is the Windy City Parafest, June 12th through the 14th. Next summer of 2025. And finally, your support. We love all of you who have been supporting us since 2017, 2018. Those who have supported us on our Patreon and in other ways. There are two ways that you can support the podcast, guys. You can follow and also rate and review our podcast. Where can you follow us? On many of our socials, Facebook and Instagram at Hollyweird Paranormal. We're also on X, HWP podcast, and you could jump on Apple Podcasts and rate and review our podcast. A 5-star rating and a written review really does go a long way for us. It helps us indie podcasters become a little more visible in a sea of all these beautiful podcasts, of course. And if you want to go the extra mile, you can go to patreon.com/Hollyweird Paranormal. And for as little as $1 or more per month, you can help support the podcast for however many months you wish. That does go a long way. It helps with our hosting site. It helps with our travel, and it helps, feed us our caffeine addiction when we have to pull out these episodes and investigations. We do appreciate all the help. For those who are currently helping and supporting us, and those who have supported us, thank you so very much. What is included in this Patreon? You'll be given access into our Saturday night Ghost Club podcast. This is our secret podcast society where we share more ghost stories. These are ghost stories from people who are our acquaintances, our friends, our neighbors, even strangers on the street. Everyone has a ghost story. We captured them and put them into this spooky little podcast for you guys. There's also video interactions and our investigation on the Queen Mary. Yes, you'll get to see Bryce participate in an Estes session in a suit and tie. That's pretty impressive. I'm impressed with that too. And other interviews, guys. It is a wonderful way to support the podcast, and we do appreciate each and every one of you who have and currently have been supporting our podcast from the bottom of our creepy little weird hearts. Muchísimas gracias. Muchos thanks. Thank you so much. Hell, if we were ghosts, we would support you too and haunt you in many ways, but we would definitely support you. We would be supportive spirits, right? Okay, folks, the moment you've been waiting for, the investigation at Space City Vintage. I'm just going to say this has to be on my list of top 3 Estes sessions that left me and others astounded. Like the messages that we were getting, the immediate responses that correlated with the questions and also correlated with those that were involved. It was insane. It was phenomenal. And just wait in here until Tanya takes the seat as the receiver during the Estes session. Bananas. Spooky bananas. All right, here we go. This is our paranormal investigation at Space City Vintage. Enjoy. Welcome to part 2 of our investigation at Space City Vintage, located in Little Tokyo, Los Angeles. The time is 9:53 p.m. The date is April 25th of 2023. Joining us during this entire investigation are quite a few people. We have Ansley and Nathan of Spooky Foodie, our psychic medium Tanya Mercado, comic Martin Moreno, along with his partner Chiquis, and then we also have the owner of the entire building, Tony Spurl, and his business partner and friend, the owner of Space City Vintage, Zach Vargas, along with the owner and head tattoo artist of Black Sun Tattoo, Stefan. We've already set up our first Estes session in the middle of the shop. This is where a lot of activity occurs. People have felt cold spots, seen shadows, heard disembodied voices, and this is also where a lot of things usually fall on the floor. In the middle of this space, we have set up a chair with a K2 tripwire. The K2 tripwire is like a K2 device, but in a form of a Christmas light. You'll get to see the different colors and variations, and also changes and fluxes of electromagnetic energy. Now we have set this around the chair where our receiver is going to be sitting, and that will be Nathan. He is actually accompanied wearing a blindfold and noise-canceling headphones that are set to an SB11 box. We have the SB11 box set up on an AM station on a reverse sweep at a level 7. Here's our first round of that session with Nathan.
What's the name?
Ahora.
Oh. No. Can you give us a name?
Paul.
Where are you right now, Paul?
Sleepy.
Why are you in here?
I just got full body chills.
How many people are with us right now? What year is it?
Ugh, like a grumble. Groan. What do you think? Appraisal.
Do you like it here?
Resume.
Is there someone in this circle whom you'd like to ask you questions?
Pass.
Do you need anything?
Psychic. That's you.
Do you have a
bunch of Spanish just came in right after that. I wish I understood what it said. Scratch.
Do you have a message for one of us in this room?
I'm full.
Why are you still here?
Hi. The death.
What death?
Whose death?
I remember.
What happened?
I fell. 2000.
I fell 2000. Did you fall down the stairs? Where did you fall?
Slippery.
It's my sister.
Big wet.
Yep, she died in a bathroom of a drug overdose, and she fell. It's her.
Entertainment.
She was an actress.
Comedian. Driving.
Wow.
One more.
What was her name?
Timmy.
Timmy, can you say hi?
Hola.
That's
Nuestra. Like in Spanish.
Nuestra. Ours. That one went off. Triggered up. Not this one, but the other one.
I've got full body chills too.
Me too.
Did anyone?
Come on to me. Or come into me.
Timmy, do you want to say anything else? Do you have a message for someone in this room?
Thank you for coming. Señor.
What goes on by the stairs?
Maybe he was drunk.
Her husband. Oops.
Did anyone die in this building or around this building?
A few times.
What happened?
Mi amor. This town is dead. Full. Again.
Is the Spanish-speaking spirit in Kisimolongo?
I hear. A lot of like Si and Cuerpa and something else came through. From downtown.
So we just heard a knock right now.
4.
Weird, because I was about to ask how many spirits are here with us.
Get off with a warning.
Yeah. Timmy, are you alone? Is there anyone else with you?
I'm working.
Okay.
Maybe he died.
Is there a child?
Maybe, yeah.
Is there a little girl?
Do you like it here?
That's crazy. I just installed batteries in it just right now.
Can we maybe slow the sweep rate down one more?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to know something really interesting? I just put in new batteries and it's telling me that low battery. I just bought batteries.
What the fuck?
What?
You guys heard that, right?
Yeah. I hear it again.
What is that?
No, the voice is here. Now it's a low batteries here. But you heard that, right?
Yeah, I heard voices.
My kids are not here. And my lady, they went to eat.
Somebody talking like that.
They I feel this. Like, no, they're here. I heard it clearly. So I
That's
was
mine.
gonna tell them not to come out.
So you just heard voices in there
Yeah, everybody heard.
and you heard it too.
Yes. That's why I want
Okay.
to let them know not to come out.
I'm gonna
There was
grab
2 voices.
the REM pod. I'm gonna move it right over here and see if maybe we could get something in there to trigger it.
Yes.
You're so funny. He's like, what's happening?
Whew, that was a way to start an Estes session in paranormal investigation. Already, Nathan was receiving a tremendous amount of answers and words through the spirit box. Now, another thing that we'll learn too is that a lot of energy or spirits coming through could be connected to other people, as we just learned right now, Tony's sister, whom from part 1 has been waiting for a message from her. And I believe that Tanya was able to give him that message in private. And you could tell throughout the entire investigation, his energy begins to drain. And this entire investigation really does hit him. It impacts him in ways that one would never believe. Now, towards the end of this Estes session with Nathan, you hear what sounds like a door opening, and that is Zach. He goes in the back to kind of get something and investigate something, and then he hears what sounds like kids' voices. This is also another common occurrence, and it seems like they come out and communicate when Tanya takes the seat as the receiver, and this is when things get pretty intense.
She meant to.
Are you referring to your mom that you mentioned earlier?
You have to. No.
Is there a restaurant downstairs?
Was that you that just made that noise?
So we're hearing something going on here.
Are you connected to someone here?
He came.
He came.
So someone here.
Will you make that noise
I'm
again?
Brooke. I'm Brooke.
Who was he? Did he make that noise?
Hello.
Is that the little girl's name, Brooke? Are you the one that likes to run around the store? Who likes to rummage through the records?
We all do.
Who was wearing that perfume?
I can see it.
Who's wearing
Phantom. Phantom.
Who's wearing that perfume?
You know it. The
Smells
odor.
good. It smells crazy right now.
I see.
Whoa, I've never had this happen before. This is insane.
Scented.
Scented.
Ask for a physical sign, you got one.
Yeah, physical.
Oh, wow.
Today. Please don't touch.
Don't touch what?
Oh, it smells.
Thank you. Everything.
Who are you? The lady in here.
Paul.
Paul? Paul again. Is there a woman with you, Paul?
Maybe.
Does she wear the perfume that we're smelling?
Right now. This message. What are you gonna do?
What's the message?
Put it on?
I'd love to put it on.
You. Háblame.
Get that. All of
Wait.
them.
Another one. Now.
You want another question?
Who do you want to ask a question?
Rose. And you. 2001. You. Ask me.
What do you want us to ask? Are you wanting to talk about
Empezamos por aquí.
We started.
Oh wow, look at the lights are changing, guys.
They've been changing like that. And they're.
Who is Rose?
Vamos a hacer algo.
Let's do something.
Mhm.
You can't win.
We're not trying to win anything. We just want to communicate with you.
Don't call her.
Don't call Rose?
Yes. No. Tell me.
Does Rose want to speak with us?
Who's Rose?
It doesn't sound nice. Get a load of this.
What?
Others. Aquí hay. More.
Where are you standing right now?
¿Qué?
Where are you? ¿Dónde está?
I'm in this.
We're in this. Maybe we can play the hot and cold game.
Sí, cómo no.
Estás arriba en el techo.
Hola. Sí.
That is a good experiment.
Yeah, hot and cold.
Okay, we're gonna stop with the asking of
Stop it.
the questions, and Ansley and Nate have this
Nope.
this procedure. They call it hot and
I
cold.
won.
Do we do it?
Let's do it.
Do it. Let's do hot and cold.
Okay, Nate. The blonde guy over there is going to walk around.
Don't touch.
I won't touch anything.
Oh, here we go.
Tell us if he's walking towards you by saying hot or cold. Hot means he's walking.
Next to me.
It's right here.
He's next to you?
It's right here.
Right here.
It's right
No.
here.
Oh,
Look
wow,
at my
the
arms.
smell.
Look at my arms,
Yeah,
and it's
it's
cold.
right here.
Dude, I'm feeling it too.
It's
Are you right here?
Look, still feel it. It's right here. Right here. Feel, look at my arm.
Yeah, you have chills.
No, dude, it was really right here, cold. It was between me and her.
Leave it. Death was just a way.
Was that you telling us that you're here?
Never gone.
You're never gone. Do you watch over this place?
I think so. I can see it.
Nate is in a different area of the shop. Can you stand next to him?
It's right this way. It's up to you.
Will you go stand next to Nate? He's walking by the window.
As we go
Homie, it's here.
in the building,
It's here.
and we can.
Oh,
You don't have to be.
I feel.
You feel the cold, right?
Oh
You don't
yeah.
have to be.
I feel it.
You
I
feel
feel
the
it.
breeze.
I feel the breeze. Yeah.
I feel it.
It's cold and you feel the breeze right here. It's like
Wow.
right by my ear.
Let's get some
Yeah.
order.
I feel it.
Who do you want to ask you questions?
Respectfully, like, is it, you don't think it's the AC?
No.
Okay.
off.
It's off, so it's completely
It's the
off.
future.
Yes.
Thank you for confirming that. So the AC is off and they are feeling a cold, like, sensation.
Surprise.
There there we go.
Are there any other spirits by the window over here in this other room?
Yo también. Mexican. Today. Adults.
Damn.
Is there a child with us?
You're so silly. I want to help.
How
And
do
you.
How do you want to help?
Preferably.
These lights over here are going off.
Report this. And that.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Who's
That's
over
all
there?
The windows.
is there someone over there by Nate?
Windows are closed, so there's no.
Yeah.
Wow, this is just nuts. Look at this. It's getting even crazier.
Here we go, Danny.
Downstairs.
Who's Danny?
I guess I'll tell you.
Tell us.
Danny is it.
Who's Danny?
A formation.
Downstairs. Is that a person who works downstairs?
Is that so that's confirmed.
That's confirmed.
Danny that works downstairs.
Earlier you said Arthur.
Bien.
You said Arthur.
Cold.
William.
Your puppies.
Dogs.
What about the cats?
Great. And they're near you.
I can feel it.
Oh,
Expert in that.
wow.
Do you guys remember Larry Muntz? Dr. Larry?
Yeah. You know Larry? Remember Larry?
Died. Free.
You're free?
The perfume.
Wow.
Holy
Here we go.
Do you smell the perfume?
Oh, is that Nate?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I heard him say perfume.
Earlier was strong. No, no,
Es una elección.
no. It's a lesson.
Es una lesión.
Snuggle up.
What about the mezzanine downstairs?
Look out.
Whoa. Who's down there? I heard that.
Speak slow.
Who is downstairs in the room?
What do you mean?
Could someone explain the room better?
Is there a presence in the mezzanine? The small room downstairs?
Let's go back.
You want us to go back?
Claro.
Do we need any kind of protection?
Everything.
Right here.
Dana's small room. What the fuck? Remember Dana?
What?
Dude, I just saw a whole shadow move through there right now.
Really?
It was huge, bro.
You know what is so funny?
What?
As you, right after you did that, this was going haywire.
Bro,
The fact that you just said it was huge, bro.
Tengo que decirte algo.
I have to tell you something.
Who's that shadow?
This guy.
Yeah, but who are you?
she just said that she feels like she needs protection from something, and then right after that, I saw a ginormous shadow right there.
I'm different.
That might be from me.
The
I
shadow.
told
To be
you.
honest, yeah, because
Yeah,
this
cool.
is there's something that I've talked to in the past that sounds exactly like the way they're talking to me right now, and they say like bro, and yeah, they're not great. Is that you?
You don't know? Don't be frightened. Disappointed.
Why are you disappointed?
You act so. You're not gothic.
You know me so well, huh?
Is that fun for
Humans
you?
never better. You know. 100%.
I know.
You're right. 11 de abril. Papa. Check this out. What do you think? It's fun? It can be fun.
They talking to each other?
They probably are.
You started it.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can get that up too.
I told you.
Is the shadow Martin saw with me?
Higher being. Higher conscious. Yo también. I'll tell you. Something keeps touching me, so I want to take this off.
Okay.
Whoa.
I think we.
feel it right here, and this is where the shadow
Something has been grabbing my arm and grabbing my foot for like the last 5 minutes.
Dude, and that's where I saw the shadow, and this is where me and Cheeky
Like it
kept
keeps
telling
going like
you
this to me and like this to me. I don't like when they touch me. We were good until then.
So let's
That was
end.
crazy.
Yeah.
That was
So let's
insane.
end Estes method session. Let's do postmortem. Tanya, what were you feeling throughout that whole time that you were sitting here?
Like somebody kept grabbing my shoulder. There was a time where I felt, I don't know if it got cold, but I felt like a wind came in. And then I felt something grabbing my shoulder, and then I thought somebody was pulling my foot, like to check something. Like from here, I thought one of you was grabbing my foot outward to like hit the lights.
Oh, wow.
So I kept trying to keep my feet together, and then they kept grabbing my elbows.
Well, the lights were going crazy at one point. Martin, it was weird. The lights went crazy, then Martin saw a shadow.
And then I felt like they were going like when they grabbed the back here, like they kept. That's why I was like, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but they were talking so fast, like the Spanish was so fast, right? The Spanish
Yeah,
was
the Spanish
so
was super
fast.
fast,
Like I couldn't, and I speak good Spanish, and it was like, and then like somebody else was speaking some kind of like Mandarin, like Japanese, Chinese, something, and I couldn't understand it. And then there was like a lot of like, it would be a masculine voice and a super feminine voice. Like it was weird, like the way it would come through, and a lot of music was coming through. A lot of music. Is that your dead music guy?
Yeah. I have him, and then I think the shadow was me too, but
It's really interesting because AM radio rarely plays music.
No, but it was like the full,
That's our boy.
the full thing.
Do you think that it was like two people talking to each other, but not to you, but to each other at one point?
I felt like they weren't talking to me at all. I felt like they were having a conversation with themselves.
Yeah, Ansley pointed that
Because
out.
there was like a point where like one would say, like I would hear one thing and then the other would like answer. Like it was weird. But there was definitely like a man, a woman, the music, and then they kept saying a name over and over, and it sounded like Dylan or with a D. It was weird because I kept hearing it, but I couldn't make it out because it would go fast, right? Like it was so fast. The Spanish was it was a woman all the time. The Spanish was always a woman. And she was talking fast.
Did you smell like perfume at one point?
I didn't smell any perfume.
We were smelling like a
And it was
scent.
very strong.
Yeah.
Flower.
I'm still
Water.
full of chills.
But they were grabbing I swear to you, I thought when I was sitting that you guys were pulling my feet towards the lights.
The lights were going.
The lights were going up, but we were nowhere near
Like
you.
I thought like that you were trying to pull my feet to see if like they worked. And I was like, oh, the first time I was like, oh, they're just testing it. And then I could feel somebody grabbing my foot from the end and pulling it. And then when I told you to take it off, because they were going like, it wasn't hurting, but they were just like squeezing me. And I don't like that, so now.
You should do this downstairs.
Oh, I would love to.
Martin can do it downstairs.
And that little room. Those things will
I'm down. I'm down.
You were definitely like in a moment. You could tell that you were like,
Where-
I don't know what was going on in your head, but there was some stuff going on.
What was going on, Larry?
Things are starting to get clear, asking questions about deaths. And here I am starting to look stuff up that I knew and forgot. Like the chef here was murdered, never solved. That was in 1987, I think. I don't think he died in the building. He might have died behind the building in the parking lot, I'm not sure. There was another guy that actually I found the body that was in a parking lot back here. That was about 20 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
And then there was Dr. Linda Morimoto. She was a OBGYN doctor here in Little Tokyo for 40 years. Had an office, I forget, somewhere around here. She was murdered, never solved.
Oh my gosh.
That's what impressions started coming to me.
There was a lady speaking in some kind of Mandarin very quickly. And there was another lady speaking in Spanish. And then there was like men speaking.
That is really interesting. You even mentioned Danny.
Who?
Danny.
Who's Danny?
Who's down?
Downstairs. Danny downstairs.
It is crazy. We were asking about the people downstairs, and you mentioned Danny. Danny came up.
I want to tell you, I've never done that.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot hear anything you're saying at all.
Yeah, those are good mic headphones.
Like it was so like.
So you hear voices and you repeat them.
I hear what's coming through, and I try to make out what it's saying.
That's why it's called receiver. She's receiving it. Yeah.
But I can't hear what you guys are. I didn't remember the name. Like if you ask me what, I just remember that there was a lot of people.
Yeah. So you
Yeah, I don't like to do stuff.
So you confirmed that there's someone downstairs named Danny.
There is somebody downstairs named Danny. And then I remember that they said the name, like they said another D name. It sounded like Dylan. Maybe it was Danny, but they kept saying a D name.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you.
So
And by the way, you said the name Arthur. That was my grandfather's middle name.
Mm-hmm.
that was cool. Scary.
Yeah.
I really thought. I swear to you on everything. I thought it's happening. I really thought you were pulling my feet towards the light.
What is that?
It's a EVP machine that picks up energy and says words.
I say, you want to bring that to the stairs?
This guy downstairs?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Whew, that was certainly an intense Estes session with both Nathan and Tanya. And you could tell immediately that whatever was there was definitely trying to make communication. Okay, things that we were confirmed through Tanya's accounts were the names. Paul, Danny, and Arthur. Danny was actually confirmed by Zach that this is actually a person that works downstairs. So could it be something that is connected downstairs to the next door's restaurant of Shihiro's? That there is a Paul that works there, and they're confirming that. Another thing to Arthur that is connected to Tony's relative. Paul, we were not very, very sure. But another thing that popped up in the very beginning of Tanya's Estes session was the aroma of perfume. And that was something that was smelled by all of us in the room. So this was definitely a shared experience. Ansley confirmed it, Martin, Zach, everyone confirmed that they were smelling this unusual scent. This scent will come into play when we come back a year later for our second investigation, not only at Space City, but also in Shihiro's. Another thing that is pointing us into the direction of our second location is the staircase. It's the staircase. There's something there, and it's definitely there because of what Tanya had pointed out in the very beginning. And this is something, too, that many of us know, especially in this community, the facing of mirrors. The staircase, everything's original. The wood, everything. The mirrors, everything, the floor. It's something to do with this location. We believe that this is a vortex because of the fact that there's two mirrored walls facing each other. And we'll go into the second investigation here of this location. And this time we're using a Spirit Box app on Ansley's tablet. And then towards the end, you kind of hear something affects Martin, and then it affects all of us. Ansley also sees something. So here is the last location that we investigated at Space City, and this is the staircase.
Anybody here with us?
I'm lost.
I'm lost?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
We heard that on the other one too, on the other app.
Oh, shoot. Did you come in through the mirrors?
Are you stuck in the
Are you
mirrors?
kidding?
I can see you.
I what?
I can see you.
Oh, shit.
Hey, that's it.
Great charts.
Are you trapped?
I'm simply
Need code.
help.
Whoa, that sounds like multiple people.
Yeah.
Coverage you need.
That's...
If our music man is here, if you could please step aside for a little bit. Respectfully.
Never?
Dude, he did not like that.
You better stop messing with your one-man band over there.
Yeah.
Tanya, you said that the mirrors are transport portals.
They've moved on.
Yeah, they're portals. They open up.
Good.
Especially when they're facing each other like that.
You ask questions.
Okay.
I never realized how we have an infinity mirror effect.
Right? Yeah, it's crazy. And also what's weird is like the mirrors are like kind of dirty to the point where it actually is not infinity. It's almost like it stops somewhere, like a black hole.
They're over 130 years old.
Oh my god. So these are original.
The original.
Jeez.
Almost
It just gives my-
graffiti.
I feel like if you like look deep enough, you're gonna see something.
Imagine what they've seen 130 years.
But why?
But why?
Okay, you know what's weird? I'm looking at the reflection right now. My phone is evenly spaced out. The light is evenly spaced out like every inch or so. And then in the very back corner, right here, there's a big space between the very last light and the light before that. I wish you guys could see it. Can you see it from your angle right? If you come like right here, Tanya, and you look kind of where my eye level is, and look in the mirror right now, but look in that mirror. It's like the second light's like right behind your head, and there's almost like a big distance.
I could definitely see that.
Can you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Ooh.
You see it now.
Uh-huh.
That last light is super far
Like
away.
there's a break in the portal.
Yeah.
Yes, like there's like a break. That's what it looks like.
Just watch. They're looking
Just
at you.
watch.
I'm telling you.
Well, when you said that they're stuck and they're lost, could they have come through here and this is why there's so much energy in these stairs?
And you caught me.
Are you stuck here in these mirrors?
Abrir
los libros?
Really stuck.
I thought you said you're not listening earlier.
in front.
Did you come here through the mirrors? Sit.
Type some.
Quit.
Quit.
Size. You realize?
Different in here.
I feel a little more drained in here.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
That's how I feel.
I'd like you to stay. That's what it sounded
Yeah.
What did it say?
like. I'd like you to stay.
There's something really dark that keeps coming.
Get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
Okay, I was about to say that's our music man, and then before I even could say that, it said get rid of it.
Yeah. Or him.
Or him, like saying get rid of him.
Yeah.
But like,
Okay, music man, you're disrupting the guest here. So if you can please come back another time. Please.
Answer.
Did they say Ansley?
Did they say Ansley?
Yeah, it sounded like they did.
It sounded like answer.
No.
This box has said Ansley before. It's been crazy.
Oh, do that. Loud.
There's a lot of voices.
What?
Where are you right now?
Did
you hear that?
I heard that down here.
Like somebody coming
You
down.
heard it?
I
Somebody
heard a
walking
voice.
down the steps and the female voice, right?
Yeah.
Continue.
From behind you?
Yeah, and we can hear
615.
the stairs,
Yeah.
like walking down the stairs
Behind us.
behind us.
And now it feels cold.
615.
It's not a good.
It's not,
It's not a good place. This isn't a good
Tanya, those mirrors.
really
Those
talking.
mirror, I know.
They're finding their way. It's just. Man.
No, I heard this smash.
I'm scared now.
What happened?
What happened?
I don't know. I felt like something and I have a giant hole in my goddamn pocket.
Oh my god.
You have a hole in your pocket.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing sticking out of here.
Was it a nail that he was sitting on or something?
Wednesday night.
I wouldn't do that.
It wouldn't do that. They're not sticking out that much.
Okay.
Oh, there is a hole.
Holy shit.
Where did that happen?
It covers you.
It covers you.
That you serve.
He's like
Alright,
pissing
well.
on his jeans.
When they start ripping clothing and
Hey,
Were you trying to probe Martine?
Accountability.
Accountability.
Sounds like a kid.
It's like a kid. Did you do that?
Did you mess with him? I swear on my life, I just saw a white mist go between two of you. I swear on my fucking life.
Well, he's been feeling like something like by.
we've been feeling somebody behind us, cold,
There was
walking.
a huge orb just went between them right when they said that too, right in front of the camera, really fast. Not like dust.
Hey guys,
There's no
I'm
dust
not
around
fucking
here.
with you guys. You guys are in for some fucking crazy shit. I've seen shit in this year. I'm gonna take you guys down there another time. You guys are gonna run. Me and Tony run, and we're not scared.
I can't wait.
Chop suey, guys.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get there.
All right. Let's end the session.
Well, should we all say bye?
Yes, we need to say goodbye. You're not welcome in any one of our spaces after we leave.
Power.
It just said power.
Bye, Sissy.
Bye, Sissy.
Bye.
Bye, spirits.
Bye, Sissy. Bye, Sissy. Let me get my bag.
Wow.
Woo! That was a really good one.
That was.
Until next time.
So, who or what is haunting Space City Vintage? Well, we know for a fact that a lot of the energies that are connected to that building is connected to the owner, Tony Spurl. His ancestors, his family, are still there, and they're not leaving. But what about the children? What about the other entities? Who are they connected to? Past times, past lives? Since it is a vintage store, could it be connected to certain items? Items can hold a lot of energy and memories. That staircase. That's the biggest mystery right there, is the staircase. The man, the little girl. And what we're soon going to find out is another entity. A year after this investigation, in 2024, myself, Ansley, Matt Lytle, and Zachariah the Witch are contacted by Zach for another investigation. Just wait till you go down there, he says. The mezzanine. He was right. There's something there, especially connected to the restaurant Shaheros, and it definitely makes contact with all of us. But here's another hypothesis to this place. We ourselves carry a lot of memories. Energies are oftentimes connected to us, whether that be a family member or someone else. There's something that I notice about this place that I've seen and felt in other places too. Some places that have this much energy can ignite other energies that we carry with us. Whatever we carry just seems to manifest even more here. That happens for Tony, that happens for Zach, and it happens with even Ansley and Nathan. In our second investigation, it happens with another member of our team, Matt Lytle. And that one is certainly a doozy. When it comes to places like this, it always brings me back to a quote by Jeff Belanger. You've probably heard me quote it often many times, but it's so true. History, it's like ghosts, and they demand to be remembered. And the ghosts of Space City Vintage, the ghosts of Little Tokyo here in Los Angeles, are there, and they're never going away. And to this day, they demand to be remembered. But dear friends, before I leave you with this episode, before you get into your costumes and grab your candies and go trick-or-treating, when we continue this investigation a year later, myself and Ansley pick up something that is one of the most astonishing EVPs that we've ever collected, a response. Just wait till you go down there. Always haunts my memories every time I think about Zach's shop, because we collect something that always reminds us it's there and it's waiting. Don't believe me? Here's a little sample.
Do you want to scare us? Do you like when you scare living people? I do.
Till next time, friends. We hope that you have a wonderful and safe and spooktacular Halloween. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves and others. And always remember to stay Hollyweird. Happy Halloween, friends.